Hello, welcome on board of the Oracle boat. My name is Natalia, and today we're going to have a reading about that's a good question. Ten of Swords. Backstabbing. Okay. Ukraine, it seems. This is going to be one of those 2025, year 2025 readings. Recently I have been looking very closely at, as we all, what Donald Trump is doing regarding Ukraine and Russia. And I feel like I would like to investigate this topic even further. I remember in 2022 my mum asked me to do a reading for Ukraine, and I did. And I told her about how it went, and then she asked me to not to publish it. So today I'm going to do it anyways. It's been a while, and the situation is becoming more and more clear on which way this is going to go. However, I want to have a look again and see a few aspects of how the things are going to play out between Russia and Ukraine, and also how the things are going to play out between USA and Russia, Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin. And also I might have a look at the UK as well, because I did have a feeling about this too. So let's start with Ukraine and how the things are going to play out for Ukraine from now on. I'm going to base those readings solely on tarot cards at this time. Obviously, the tarot readings are not there to tell you exactly how things are going to play out. It's an indication, and there is room for error as well. So it's not even set in stone. The life plays out according to our decisions, our mindsets, and a lot of factors. And sometimes, this is why it's good to have a tarot reading, is because you can influence one of the things that are actually giving you the final outcome. So let's take it as an experiment rather than a verdict on the future outcome. And let's see how is the situation with Ukraine. To be specific, what we should be interested in is the result of the negotiations. So to start with, are the negotiations actually going to the peace negotiations, are they actually going to bring peace, or is there going to be more war? That's probably the first thing that we should verify within the situation, and then we will have a look further what's the actual outcome and the aftermath of it all. So the question is, what is the result of the negotiations for Ukraine? Is this the end of the war, or is this just yet another episode of the war that is going to actually last longer? I'd like to thank my spirit guides for guiding me through this reading. And let's see, what's the result of the negotiations between Donald Trump and Vladimir Putin? Is the war in Ukraine finishing, ending now? or not? What's the result? I feel like there is a pause for sure. I don't see a conflict, and I feel like there is just the things are going to be put on pause. There is a lot of waiting, and there is some, obviously there is that feeling of someone trying to keep things to themselves. Obviously that would be to do with the land, with resources, really, more than the land. The way I kind of feel this energy from the cards. We've got the Page of Swords and the Seven of the Pentacles, and we've got the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands, we'll get to that later, but the Page of Swords is someone who is withholding information, someone who doesn't actually want to make an agreement either, someone who is actually having an agreement, having an argument for the sake of having an argument, whether they're right or wrong. Very often they are wrong and they know they're wrong, but they will argue, they will keep arguing anyway. But there is that feeling of putting things on hold. There is waiting. As you can see with Seven of Pentacles, there is a lot of waiting here. Also looking at what we've got here, what's the situation, what's the investment, what's the outcome of the investment as well. Seven of Pentacles is the situation where everything that could have been done was done, but also, as you can see, there is someone looking at the coins, there's someone looking at the resources, and possibly even guarding it. There is that feeling of being tired, there is that feeling of looking at the proposition but not being sure, not quite agreeing to what is being put on the table. But not everything is being actually presented clearly here. There is some sort of information that is being withheld, and also someone is trying to keep things for themselves. Someone is looking at the resources here. We also have the Queen of Wands. The Queen of Wands is represents someone who's got a lot of charisma here. Possibly that could be a female, that could be maybe a prime minister, someone who is possibly taking a lead in this situation here. Someone who is trying to get their way, someone who actually grabs the entire attention. And that's interesting that we have a Queen of Swords in here. Let me just use the oracle cards as well to maybe see it from a bit of a different perspective, and perhaps I need to ask the question in a different way as well. So weird thing about the Queen of Swords, when I look at it, you see there's a bigger woman taking care of the smaller woman. There is that feeling of, I'll show you the way, I'll guide you through it, I'll take care of you from now on. And could that be Russia just making sure that things are the way they want. I'm going to do it in a different way. I think we're going to get more clarity out of that. We'll see what's the result for Ukraine, what's the result for Russia. But first, let's see that with the oracle cards. What's the result for Ukraine and what's the result for Russia here? Ukraine. I'm not a victim. I'm not a victim. They choose not to comply, I suppose. Maybe this is why we have the Page of Swords, because the Page of Swords is just not going to agree on anything. Just no, that's it. No, we're not going to talk. We're not going to make an agreement. Just being difficult. Well, you can't really blame them for being difficult if they've been fighting for such a long time and didn't get what they deserve, really. That's my personal opinion. Whatever politics, those people were living there for many, many years and they have been attacked, and there is just no other way to put it than not fair. It's just not right. But here, Ukraine decides to not to be a victim. They either decide to keep on fighting, or they don't agree on the agreement that is not fair in their eyes, and they will not allow themselves to be stabbed in the back. They will not allow themselves to be pushed to the corner here, if that makes sense. Also, there is that mentality of, we are not going to lose this. We are not going to be the losers here. We invested enough, or invested a lot of, of everything, really. They lost a lot, but they decided not to be a victim, not to be the one who loses on this war. So this is possibly the reason why everything is being put on hold, and there is no such agreement here. And again, we have this is a female character here, and this is a female character here, which there is a female character that plays a strong role here. And things are being put on hold because I have a feeling Ukraine is not having it, just not having it, and that's it, not really willing to negotiate in that sense. Now Russia, let's see Russia. Let's shuffle one more time for Russia regarding Ukraine and the peace negotiations with USA. What's Russia? And I think we're going to have a look at one more thing. Russia, what's their situation, what's the what's the energy of Russia here? I'm reborn. That's interesting, because the butterfly ferrets is one of those moments. This is the kind of energy where they would not think that they get this far, but they would. They get further than they thought that they would. They gain something when they thought that they would be losing something, and they see themselves as heroic. They've done something that is outstanding and heroic, and they survived something that they didn't think they would get away with. And there is that feeling of I'm reborn, and the first thing I thought was the old big Russia. That Russia is being reborn to what it used to be, to their great power. So there is the red color here as well, and the I'm being reborn resonates for me with the Soviet Union, with the old way that Russia used to be, like one massive big country that swallowed them all. And that is, well, that might indicate that they get what they didn't actually even think that they would get. They will get something out of it. And at the same time, Ukraine decides that they're not a victim. A lot of red in those cards. Look, the red colors are the theme here. Very bloody. But then we've got Ukraine that decides that they're not going to be a victim. What about United States? What energy does United States have going forward regarding the situation in Ukraine? United States and Donald Trump. What energy do we have here regarding Ukraine? Well, Artemis of the Forest. You are now independent and free, USA. You can go and do whatever the hell you want. You are just washing your hands and you're like, yeah, not having anything to do with that. Artemis of the Forest is the kind of energy where there is a bit of a survival here. So fighting for basic needs. America first. Fighting for their own business, for the things that they want for themselves. Trying to survive. They're actually trying to survive within this situation. And they definitely want to wash their hands off and be like, no, we want to be free from this. We don't want to have anything to do. And I have a feeling that, you see, that's a sad reality here. Russia and USA, they are quite strong energies here. The Russia is reborn, is strong, it's like, it's feeling heroic, as if they achieved something they didn't think that they would get away with. They survived something that they didn't think they would get away with, they would survive. And here is America, who is becoming free. Can do whatever they want. Maybe they can do whatever they want somewhere else, for example in the Middle East. And they gain freedom to do something, possibly from Russia. So they wash their hands here, they have nothing to do with this, but they gain a bit of freedom to do something else. And they're independent from this situation. What about United Kingdom, I wonder, in this situation regarding Ukraine? What kind of energy does United Kingdom have regarding the peace negotiations and the situation in Ukraine going forward? What do we get from United Kingdom? And that's something I'm going to investigate further, guys, because I had a bit, it's even the color is bugging me, because it's really bugging me, this card. Do you know what? I'm going to do more readings about this. I had a dream about United Kingdom and Russia, and here we have a twist and a tail. This is something out of the blue, unexpected, very often connected to death of someone passing away, something shocking, something that completely changes the plot, like, hang on, what just happened here? Twist and a tail, the unexpected, the change you did not see coming. And we have a white color, and this white color very much reminds me of my dream. I had a dream of Russia, that was regarding United Kingdom. And I could, I was just in some sort of a building, and every time I would open the door I would be in Siberia, for example, or somewhere like, you know, dreams, abstract, in different realities. But at some point I took a lift, I opened the doors, and I'm like in a place covered with snow. Very windy, very cold, very snowy and harsh environment. Looked like Siberia, possibly. I've never been to Siberia, that's what I would imagine it to look like. And I saw a big white tiger attacking, and being very violent towards and defeating a British puppy. And when I woke up, I researched on the symbols of the countries. That is there any chance that the United Kingdom is being represented by a puppy, like a little British puppy? And there was even I even heard a comment that the tiger will deal with a little British puppy, like as if you really put a tiger next to a puppy, what do you expect to happen? Well, the puppy clearly doesn't stand much chances, and it was very, very white in this dream, and the tiger was white. I think the puppy was white as well. When I woke up, the first thing I did, I made a research on symbols, like, for example, USA, the eagle, and Poland also, eagle. Every country has some sort of animal totem that goes with it, and of course Russia is a tiger, a white tiger, and England is a puppy. It's actually like a bit of a fluffy puppy, kind of like, I think it's a greyhound actually, if I remember correctly. I'll try to pop the pictures to go with it. I actually found it lately that kind of reminded me of it, and I thought maybe I did a reading today. And hello, twist in the tail, and all those white colors, like in my dreams. There was just so much snow, and as if everything was happening in Siberia, but it was more of maybe it wasn't happening in Siberia, maybe it wasn't happening in Russia, but it was the Russian, heavy Russian energy with the strong tiger and the helpless puppy that has been just eaten alive by the tiger. And the comment was that the tiger deals with a little British puppy. Okay, so let's see. We have a twist and a tail here with the United Kingdom regarding Russia and Ukraine, and twist and a tail rather happening to United Kingdom than United Kingdom presenting like, haha, we came up with a twist and a tail. So let's just jump to the United Kingdom versus Russia. And then I'm going to go back to Ukraine again, but I just really want to do this right now. So let's have a look at the relationships between Russia and United Kingdom and the outcome in the near future. And what does those two countries bring for each other? What kind of energies? What is the problem in between as well? Going to have a look. United Kingdom versus Russia. What's going on between United Kingdom and Russia going forward? What are we going to see happen? Reading tarot cards for politics is really not an easy thing. There is a room for error, and there is obviously things can change as we move on. The life is the result and effect of human actions and decisions. Looking at United Kingdom, first of all, I thought, it doesn't look bad. First thing, the United Kingdom is thinking about relationships. This came up reversed. The lovers reversed. Lovers are very much about relationships, and the relationships, not only romantic relationships, obviously, but also any type of relationships, business relationships, international relationships. This card comes out reversed. If we were talking about a relationship between two people, a romantic relationship, then sometimes it would mean that one of the sides, one of the people that are in the relationships are actually playing a double game somewhere. So this is on the side of United Kingdom. This is what they're thinking. Could they be thinking that about Russia, that Russia is playing a double game? Well, I guess who isn't playing a double game these days? But I have a strong feeling that this is actually to do with United Kingdom. That they actually play with this side and then they play with that side, and they kind of want to get benefits from here, and they want to get benefits from here. In their actions of United Kingdom, we've got reversed Empress, and the reversed Empress very often suggests that there is overspending, that maybe the flashy lifestyle, luxuries are all covered by a debt that is almost impossible to pay off. That is, things are not as good as they're looking like when it comes to wealth. There is a debt, and very interesting, on the other side we have the devil. That's in Russia's actions, and the devil very often would actually symbolize the bank that you owe the money to, and the bank that is keeping you enchained into the debt, and where you are a slave to the debt, where you have to pay monthly, and it's something that you have chosen yourself to do. However, you became a slave to this institution that gave you the money, and now you have to pay it back. I'm not quite sure what's the situation on financial. What's the financial relationship here? Would that have anything to do with actual money, resources, or what's actually going on here? But maybe it's just this separate situations within the countries. I'm not really, a specialist in international relationships, but. Well, these are a few things that are coming out for me reading the cards. So maybe if some of you have more clue on actual international relationships or finance in between those two countries, feel free to comment and let me know what I'm kind of tapping into here. Also, funny enough, United Kingdom feels like they are all good. They have the Sun card in their emotion, and this could be possibly just the way the public feels like, oh yeah, everything is great, we've got what we need, even if it's on credit and we don't know it. We are safe here on this little island, and like a little puppy, happy-go-lucky kind of feeling. And also there is that feeling of superiority and leadership. That's the feeling though. When we look at the side of Russia, like I already said, we've got the Devil card and the actions of Russia. This could be also any kind of abuse. So if there is an abuse going from one way to another, I guarantee this is Russia towards United Kingdom, just because we have the Devil card here. Any sort of abuse. What's the political abuse that could happen? Well, all sorts of abuse that could happen. That could be economical war, or that could be an actual attack. We'll have a look further. What's happening for Russia in their mind, in the mentality of Russian people or politics, the leaders, is the victory. The victory here. We are the victors. We have succeeded. We have something to celebrate. This is the mentality. Also, they feel like there's a lot of changes. Things are moving fast. Things are progressing fast for them, for the Russia, for the people in power. And what do those two countries bring for each other? First off, Russia. We've got 9 pentacles. This is the energy that they're bringing in, reversed. 9 pentacles shows the situation where there is an alienation, where there is a separation. You see the person here is wearing gloves, is behind the wall, is watching everything from the distance, and it's nice, and that person has everything they need. They have the resources, but they're watching everything like on the horizon, like what's happening there, but having nothing to do with it, almost in the white gloves, like as if we have nothing to do with that. The separation, like not having to do anything with. And that's interesting, because all this energy here looks like there is possibly the end of kind of relationships, if there was any that you could call relationship so far. When we look at the United Kingdom, we've got 10 of Wands reversed. When reversed in a negative aspect, symbolizes the situation where someone doesn't want to take responsibility of their actions. Someone doesn't want to do what they were supposed to do. For example, at work, someone doesn't want to do the duties that they are being paid for, or the things that have been promised, just trying to escape responsibility. And this is on the side of United Kingdom. Interesting enough. United Kingdom is trying to not to take responsibility for something here. And then as a problem, we have the Fool reversed. Now there is again responsibility, reckless behavior, not taking risks in general as a problem, not wanting to be responsible. And also there is something new. There could be there is also, like, I have the feeling with this, when, like I said, the mother and the daughter kind of thing, like as if there is a mother and daughter country somewhere, some sort of dynamic like this. And I'm thinking about Russia and Ukraine, possibly, maybe not. Could be to do with a new country that is being formed, because we have the Fool, and the Fool as a problem talks about something new that is just emerging, and someone here is not like having it. Someone doesn't, one of those sides is not having it, and I have a feeling this could be possibly maybe United Kingdom. Maybe there is a formation of a new country that is going to be under the control of Russia. I'm guessing, maybe. But maybe this has to do with just taking responsibility of the actions, and not being like a fool who is playing games here. And in a way, I have a feeling United Kingdom has been playing some games. I see that more on the side of United Kingdom with reversed Lovers. Player. So that's a player. That's someone who is playing with two sides at the same time, trying to gain something of each side. And not taking responsibility as well. That's on the side of United Kingdom. That's quite interesting. And then we have the Russia that is really disappointed, looking at it and like alienating, separating themselves even more, if that's even possible these days. Now looking forward in the future, one more thing I didn't mention about the Fool. Do you see a little explosion over there on the horizon? Like a volcano is erupting. It's like pum. Square one. Well, there is an explosion. Let's just put it this way. There's an explosion on this card, and this card does talk about what the problem actually is, and that could indicate some sort of explosion. but it could indicate any of those things that I was talking about previously. But then looking forward, what's happening, because now we're talking about now and what the actual problem is. That could the problem could just emerge or just about to emerge. So this is about now and very near future. But going forward from that, we have inability of making an agreement, not keeping the promises, actually poking the nose into not the business that belongs to the owner of the nose. That resonates with United Kingdom trying to get involved with between Russia and Ukraine from the perspective of Russia. We have someone who is just messing around, getting involved where they shouldn't possibly be getting involved, according to what the other side thinks. The Page of Swords is someone who cannot come up with any agreements, doesn't even want to come up with any agreements. Someone who is having an argument for the sake of having an argument. Someone who is not cooperating. It's impossible to make a deal with the Page of Swords. And then we have the Reverse Tower. Now, the Reverse Tower is a shocking event, something that is not expected, something that the situation that takes the carpet from underneath of your feet, so the ground from underneath of your feet is being taken away, and all these people are falling off the tower as if it is a all of a sudden disaster that takes the safety of the tower away. And it's a shocking event. It's you can see also there is something coming off the sky. There is a thunderstorm coming off the sky and causing a destruction to the building. There is the thunderstorm coming off the sky. Could possibly something else coming off the sky. But it could be just a symbolic value of unexpected event, unexpected disaster. And what we have next to it is also reversed Ace of Swords. Ace of Swords, when it comes in reverse, it gains negative meaning of the card. I just poke my eye with it, with the Ace of Swords. Oh, that's just great. So I'm going to continue with one eye open. So the Ace of Swords next to the Tower card tells me that there is some aggression. There is an aggression, and we had the devil in actions of Russia. We had the devil over there, and that was indicating some aggression. We have an unexpected turbulent event with the card that suggests some sort of aggression next to it, and disagreement and poking, sticking the nose into not the right business. And this is the result of this situation. So there could be some sort of attack. There could be some unexpected event, turbulent event. You know, you can see there is a fire. You can see that the building is collapsing. You can see something coming off the sky. Here we have an explosion as well, and the reckless behavior. And it all has like that vibe of United Kingdom that thought that they could lead the world here. They could be leaders that they saved. That like that's what I see on United Kingdom side is a very optimistic approach to life. Like the sun, yeah, things are great. How are the things great in a situation like that? Regardless, I'm not quite sure. But yes, there it is. There is some sort of. Oops. Oh no. My sound recorder just fell off. There is some sort of twist in the tail. And we have the Tower card next to it as well. So there is a lot going on. Let's see if I can get my sound back. There is a lot going on. Between Russia and UK. And there is definitely the feeling of something happening out of the blue, something completely unexpected, with Russia being the aggressive side, United Kingdom being what's going on with all these cards? Everything is falling down. United Kingdom being a bit careless here and trying to wiggle their way through without taking responsibility. And then we have a blast. There is something new. There is a separation for sure of some sort. Like if there was ever any much of togetherness, but there is a separation for sure, and some sort of aggression and some sort of unexpected event here happening in the United Kingdom. Right, I feel like the cards are falling apart. I'm going to finish. I'll poke myself in the eye with a reading. I'm going to finish here, and I'm going to do more readings on the situation in Europe, and we'll see where that takes us. With all that being said, I'll conclude the reading. I wish you all the best. Stay well and stay safe, and I'll see you next time.